Here we are after WPI's 4-0 victory in the regional championship game against Williams. We're here with Claire Doolin and Nina Murphy-Cook. And Coach Goldstein, we'll start with you. Whitney, if you could give an opening statement.
Well, hold on 1 second. We are very proud of what we've done this year. I think it's from the get-go we've worked very, very hard to not put pressure on ourselves in terms of where we want to go. I think it's been a day-by-day process for our program. And I think that's what we do a very good job of. We don't look ahead. We stay within each pitch. We stay within each play. And I think that really has showed throughout this weekend and last weekend during NewMax kind of who we are and what we've worked towards as a team and as a program to be one of the top teams in the Northeast.
Nina, can you just be able to wrap your arms around your MVP honor and your team getting through here and moving on to Super Regionals?
Honestly, no. It came by a surprise to me because I feel like it was just such a team effort. It wasn't like any one person got us this win today. So I'm really happy for it, but it was definitely a team effort.
From where you all started at the beginning of the year to now, was this anywhere on your radar screen?
Not at all. Not in the slightest.
Tell me why.
I just came in thinking that I was going to do my job, slap, get on. Never did I think I'd get a ton of stolen bases or whatever I've been doing, but I mean, I'm happy. It's been good.
How big of an advantage was it to have already faced Harrington and come back the next day and face her again?
It was definitely helpful, yeah. Just kind of seeing and getting the speed down because she does have a very different way of pitching, so I think it was good, and I definitely did better today.
Whitney, you guys have multiple pitchers.
We do.
To come back with somebody who they hadn't seen, how big do you think that was an advantage for your team today?
Well, I think one of the goals that we've been trying to do all this year was keep our pitching staff healthy, keep our team healthy, and really be in the best shape we possibly could up until this point. And I think we did a really good job this season of keeping our pitchers in shape. And it's kind of one of those things where they all play very different roles for us. So, we have a couple harder throwing pitchers, we have a couple slower throwing pitchers. We have one of our pitchers who's been in a saving role this year. So it's been really nice to have that dynamic group that we do have and be able to, use two of them yesterday, come back with Claire, and you kind of look at our stats and you don't really know which one's going to start based on a few of them because Claire obviously has the best record out of the four, but they've all pitched a decent amount and they've all started a decent amount, so it's kind of like we have a lot of threats in certain situations, and it was really great that she did not have to throw yesterday, so it was good to have her fresh today.
Claire, they got a runner to third in the first inning, and you left her there. Did that give you some a little more confidence there that they got in scoring position, you didn't give up a run?
I guess so, but I'm always just focused on the batter kind of person. Even in situations where I just like to, if they're on a roll, stop them, because that really puts them in the tracks, stop them in their tracks right away. That not only, stops them on offense, but defensively they're deflated coming out. So I really, with on base, not on base, I just really try to focus on make the best pitch I can.
More important though, that when your team scores a run, to not let them get one back.
Yeah, I really, that gives energy to the team, offensively to come back next inning and get more. So it's really it's a great feeling to kind of crush their offensive
mojo.
Yeah.
Did it seem like as the game went on that the Williams hitters were pressing a little more at the plate, just trying to get something going because they hadn't been able to?
Yeah, and they saw me a couple times through the lineup, so I knew I had to keep my pitches spinning as much as possible. And then once it got to the meat of the order again, they'd see me a couple times. Kale came in and did a great job shutting them down.
Did you notice that, as the game went on, that they started?
They have very, very good hitters on their team, so it's one of those things that we went twice through, and I said to her if she could get through that 8-9-1 in that the fifth inning, I said to her I'm going to bring Carolyn so she can face that 3-4, 2-3-4-5 area. Because they had started hitting her just a little bit harder. But what I saw towards the 6th and the 7th, you could tell them pressing, still swing really early in the count, where at that point in the day, for us, at least in our game plan, we would start to try to slow things down a little bit and not rush our at-bats at that point.
And I'm guessing next weekend, Tufts MIT, if they haven't decided anything, it doesn't matter.
Right. I think it's, we'll have a plan. We always have a plan. And it's really about getting our kids to buy into the plan, which they did. And they fully did today. It was a little harder yesterday, the first few innings when we played Williams, but they finally did it the latter half of the game. And I think whoever we play, whether it be MIT or Tufts, we will have a plan. They're two very good teams, very well coached, and we will be firing on all cylinders.
Two last questions for Whitney. First Mother's Day, did you ever think you'd be here on December when Madison was born?
I don't know what I thought. Like, I knew we had. I said it all year. I actually used to have, when people would ask how I thought we were, I would say I think we have a chance to be really good, but it's just a matter of like when is the timing of that going to happen. So I think I've been talking about a long time us peaking at the right point. And I think that's what we've done as a program this year, is peaked at the right point, and really stayed healthy and in shape. And I think that's one of the biggest things that we can credit our kids to.
And we talked a lot about Nina, 4 runs, Claire not giving up an earned run, the pitching staff only 1 earned run. Talk about Katie today with the 3 RBI.
Katie came up huge because she was, I think, she had walked twice yesterday against Emma Harrington for Williams, and she maybe popped up 1 time. So it was kind of a lot of our batters had to make adjustments today. And we actually had a little, during pregame, I said one thing to her that I thought she could just do a little bit different. And she was like, oh my God, that felt so much better. And she went up to bat and just looked a little bit different today. She got on top of the ball, which is what we needed them to do, instead of under it and popping up like we had been a little bit. And she came up huge, having, I think, 3 big hits for us today, which were key, and especially in that 1 inning where I had Kristen Gallagher, our 3rd hitter, bunt over Amma and Nina. And we kind of put that in her and Rihanna's hands, and they did a great job.
Thanks. Thank you, guys. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.